61 degrees. Better enjoy today. It's going to get cooler and cooler and cooler.
Good. I hope it snows.
No.
Hey, good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us on this good-looking, glorious Tuesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. This is Athens in the AM. This morning, we're getting it cranked up. Join me this morning, Dr. White, Dr.
Yay.
Brian, Dr. Marlow.
No.
Donnie Marlow, Champion Chevrolet, joined us. He's been selling cars down there forever. And Brian with Griffin Mobility. Good morning, Brian. Roll Tide, buddy.
Morning, roll tide.
Dr. White, what's your subject today?
Conditions that mimic dementia.
Huh?
They mimic memory loss, but it's not really memory loss.
I forgot who y'all were. Hey, I want to thank Donnie's lovely bride, Joanne, for bringing us gifts up here this morning. Now, any of you people are going to be on the show anytime soon. It's always good to bring a gift up here for the host and hostess of this fine, outstanding program. Kevin back with us this morning, too. We'll try to work him in just a little bit. Coming up on Thursday, it's Evil Knievel's birthday. He's going to try to do some bicycle tricks in here on some bicycles he made.
Uh-oh.
Ain't you, Kevin? All right, Frank's in here, Abby, Brad in the back. We got a lot of football to talk to. Congratulations, Auburn Tigers put a beat down on. I'm going to go out on a limb right here, predict Auburn will knock off A&M.
Amen.
I hope that don't happen, but I was just saying that. And then we'll talk about the Mighty Tide. Frank comes in. And dang Tide didn't do worse than, this. I said, Frank, back off, hold up a little bit. So we had two fumbles. No, that'd been 2 touchdowns. Another drop for a touchdown. We should have beat them 60-something to nothing. I only got mad because we let them score. But, this is a great Saturday for football. It's going to rain. Temperature's going to be in the 60s. I'll give you all that schedule and just won't tell you what the line is on all the games, too. All right, let's get this party started on this Tuesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. Here's Gloria with a changing fall-like weather forecast.
It's starting to. It is for sure. 61 degrees out there. Only 20% chance of rain today. We will possibly see some sunshine mixed in with some clouds. A little bit more clouds today than yesterday, I guess you could say. 75 for that high, 60 for the low. Tomorrow, 60% chance of those pop-up thunderstorms or showers with high temperatures of only 68. And look at the rest of the forecast. Cooler temperatures are definitely going to be sticking around. 39 for the low come Thursday and Friday. Wow.
How much?
39.
I believe I'll camp outside.
Yeah, I bet you
Camp out one of your big vans you got.
There you go.
You drove one this morning, didn't you?
Well, I actually brought a truck in this morning.
Oh, a truck. All right, we'll see if we can get out there in just a second. Donnie, how are you?
Doing great this morning, doing great.
Now, you go by Bama Marlow.
Bama Marlow.
Now, what was your uncle's name?
His name was Bobby Marlow.
Bobby Marlow. He played in the
University of Alabama in 1951 and 52.
51 and 52. Legendary player.
I tell you something, we were down at the Ole Miss game and actually went into Johnny Muso's tent, and I wanted to meet him because, he was the one that broke Uncle Bobby's record back
Number
in the
22.
day. Yeah. So it was an exciting time there at the University of Alabama on the quad down there. Had some of my friends with me, and we just had a big old time.
Hey, Donnie. All right, Brian, you too. If your wife passed away, me too, would you bury her in the front yard?
No.
Probably not.
Well, you heard about that guy in Fort Payne, didn't you?
Yeah.
Buried his wife in the front yard for like 2 or 3 years ago because he wanted her right there and fought the law till he didn't win no more. Supreme Court says the Alabama Supreme Court this past Friday rejected an elderly North Alabama man's appeal to keep the grave of his late wife in his front yard that they had shared for decades.
No.
The justice, in a 8-3 decision that didn't include a written opinion, issued a brief order agreeing with the other court saying that it must be removed from the front yard in Stevenson, where she's been buried since 2009. He's 74 years old, and he says I ought to have to bury her where I want to.
No.
Dr. White.
Well, why didn't he bury her in the backyard? Then it wouldn't have been such a big...
Well, here's his steps right here to the house, and here's her grave right here.
Well, what about the people that have a view to his backyard?
Anyway, buried his wife in the front yard, and now they're going to make him move.
Well, what happens when he passes away and then someone buys the house and there's a body?
Well, now that would be a problem.
Yeah, that's creepy.
So anyway, now he's got to dig her up and move her somewhere else.
Ugh.
You want to live next door? Somebody's got somebody buried in the front yard?
No.
Huh?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. In our neighborhood, it seems like anything goes. Yeah, anything goes. All right, let's talk a little TV. Auburn this week. What the line on that is Ole Miss. I mean, not Ole Miss. A&M's 13.5-point favorite. Alabama's a 28-point over Arkansas.
Right.
I don't know what the line is. I couldn't find it in the papers morning on the Clemson game. Do you know?
I don't know that.
Who you going with in that game?
Probably Clemson.
Clemson.
Jan, I ain't gonna ask you.
Don't ask me.
Both coaches are from former University of Alabama players.
Correct.
So that just shows you, I mean, hey, Saturday's home game with Arkansas will be broadcast on ESPN. Kickoff is 6 p.m. The team against Tennessee next week will be 2:30 on CBS. So they just announced that. Alabama's favored by 28 points. The Razorbacks have nothing. We should beat them worser than that. I just want to get that out for everybody to know.
Alabama fans are extremely spoiled.
Frank is. I mean, come on,
You
Frank.
were too. You were
You
complaining
dang right
too.
I am. I'm complaining. We all beat everybody 50-0.
Rotten.
Surprise teams of the year: Missouri and Auburn listed in here. And
Auburn's
Texas
done
Tech
much
6-0.
better
We gotta give
than
a shout out to
expected.
Auburn playing good.
Brad was right on his prediction for
The
Auburn.
big games coming up for the rest of the year: Oregon at Stanford. That's on a Thursday night, November 7th.
All right.
LSU at Alabama, November 9th. Alabama will be favored. What you
I'll
figure?
be at that game.
You going 90?
Absolutely.
Well, for 9 points. And then A&M and LSU on November 23rd. I just update y'all on a couple
Don't
of
you
things
meet at
going
Green
on.
Well, Oregon and
tonight?
Stanford's not as big a game as what it was.
No, not since they got beat last week. A couple of upsets. You know, they said that nobody'd been upset in the top 10 yet, so now they are. Hey, Jan, when you and General Dave go out to eat, what is your percentage you leave for a tip?
Oh, 15 to 20.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it's
leave
going up to
20.
25%. According to USA Today, here's a tip for diners. Be very generous to your server.
Yes.
Y'all need to start paying 25% now when you go out.
Who says?
Who says?
Yeah.
Where's that
Jan.
etched in
The
stone?
shameful state of salaries at restaurants, they only make $2.13 an hour.
Wow.
$2.13 an
That's it.
hour.
Yeah, that's what they get paid.
My son works for a restaurant down in Birmingham. Yeah, that's about right.
Ain't that about right?
yeah, okay.
And then, so they live on tips. So, you know,
What if you got bad service? Would you leave it?
We do.
we don't already eat out.
We do. Every time you see Brady, you give her $10 no matter
Well, we can
what the-
afford to eat out because usually somebody's picking up my tab for my meal, so I can afford to give a tip, you
Hey,
know.
Get your
Hey,
senior
the
citizen
server
discount now.
really-
Hey, speaking of a great place to eat, we had a
well.
carry out from Mama's Roadhouse Grill in Faulkville
Oh,
this
my
past Saturday.
goodness.
The steak over there that Steve fixed was absolutely one of the best I've ever had.
No doubt.
I mean, it was friggin' delicious. They're new advertisers of ours too. By the way, I was in Faulkville.
Not just saying that either. It was awesome.
All right, coming up later, I'm going to have video from Faulkville Fall Festival, which was crowded. Give a shout out to Jeff Whitlow, too. His band played over there in front of the Kentucky Headhunters. Got back to the Mustang car show at McLaren Ford. Big crowd over there. I hate to mention a competitor, but huge crowd. And got an interview with Mayor Marks. Bean Day, you said you attended.
Yes.
Got
How many
sick.
days were you sick?
About 3 days.
And then Friday, we went with Lindsay Lane's kids, all hundreds of them, up to Lyons Farm, up in Taft, Tennessee. You're talking about a racket now.
That was fun.
It was fun. They had a cow up there. I've never seen a cow, Polly.
Dangest thing I think I've ever seen.
You ever seen a cow that high?
The legs
it looked
were
like
literally this high.
A midget, a dwarf cow.
32 inches tall.
Yeah. It was at a petting zoo. So, I'm gonna
I
put
bet
one of
you
those.
Zach could get on that cow easily. Sorry, Zach.
Watch how you
Good
say
morning.
You know, Elmine's got goats down there. You know, they had the big goat thing
Oh,
down
yeah.
there this
Yeah.
weekend, too. That was
that. Yeah, that was a big deal up that
over
way.
200
Wow,
some
you didn't want to
people
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've had my share of goats. We'll take some time out right now. I want to go to that lined pumpkin thing. I've got so much video, we're going to try to work some of that in. I forgot to mention, Riders in the Sky on their way to the Princess Theater Friday
Right,
afternoon.
hung out
Came
with
in from
us.
Nashville, came in our studio. We had a small audience of Frank and Jerry McLaughlin and his wife in here watching it. But we
That
get a
was
30-minute deal with the Riders in the Sky. You know, they won 2 Grammys, Toy Story, with
Monsters, Inc.
Woody's Roundup, and Monsters, Inc.
And they did both songs
Hey,
for
big
us.
time, and then I get them to do a little local and loved it deal for me. All right, let's head up to with Lindsay Lane. What do they call that whole thing? Lindsay
Pumpkin
Lane.
Patch Lyons Farms in Taft,
Oh, I know that, but
Tennessee.
Lindsay Lane, all the kids. What was it?
It
Maddie
was their
went.
field day, field trip.
I mean, there were like hundreds of them. Every kid that goes to Lindsay Lane School was up there this past Friday, and a lot of other schools this year go there
We
too.
got to be big kids.
Yeah, let's go to that interview right now. We'll be back in a moment. Y'all hang on.
Hello everyone, it's Pumpkin Day. Richard Lyon, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing great. This is absolutely wonderful. How large of an area is this?
We're actually sitting on about 75 acres right here. We farm about 600 in all. Do around 130 acres of pumpkins this year.
Those are some very large pumpkins I see over there too.
We have a little bit of everything.
What's the biggest thing you do? When do you open?
We open September 21st, and we'll actually go through November 2nd this year for our first annual Pumpkin Smash.
Right. What do
Pumpkin
people
Smash, what
yeah,
is
what is
that?
that?
We're going to bring out some extra things to draw pumpkins from the sky. We'll be smashing them with sledgehammers, just an extra day to let people play after Halloween, just stay up a little bit longer for the public.
Great. great. How long have you been doing this?
This is our 8th year in business here, but we've been growing pumpkins for about 20 years now.
If someone's never visited, what can a family expect?
Oh, they can do a little bit of everything. We're geared up for all ages. They can do anything from play in the corn bins to jump on inflatables, go down the giant slides. We have a 2,400 square foot jumping pillow. They can go through both areas of the animals. I got babies and large animals. They can go see the pig races. Of course, they can go through the 7-acre corn maze shaped like George Jones this year. And then naturally, they can go take a hayride and pick their own pumpkin right off the vine. They are fresh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, what kind of season has
All
pumpkin
kind of
been
fun.
this year?
It's been a great season. It was a dry, early September, which is perfect pumpkin weather. They're great, and they're holding up perfect.
All right. Well, we're glad to
Fun.
be here.
Yes, this is going to be
Wonderful.
fun.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are y'all here to get a pumpkin?
Exactly.
I just imagine the lines are a bit. I say we see the animals. Go Burger! I didn't know Burger.
Yeah, I dare you to get in there.
Can I get in there with you girls? Don't let me fall. All right.
Yeah, tell me how that works.
Oh, wait.
Which way we going? Let's go this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna fall. Let's go this way.
Yeah, I hope you do. Go.
Come
When
on.
you're in there with your phone.
I know. Come on.
All right, girls, let's go.
Oh, be careful. Oh, okay. Whoa, bad idea. She's good at this.
It's supposed to be for kids.
I want one at home. We got this.
We don't have much left. We're gonna hit something. Stop.
Caroline, come back here.
Okay, thank you.
Good
job.
That's cool.
For a 6-year-old, how was it?
Pretty good, except you hit your head if you're too tall.
I didn't even try.
You didn't try?
No, I'm not doing it. I would tell them.